Watching this team, or at least attempting to watch this team, is like watching freaking paint dry. It really is. With the 4-2 loss to the Tampa Bay Rays tonight, the Jays are now there. I think that's the season low, 10 games under 500. They've matched that total at 45 and 55. And they scored 2 runs on 6 hits, and they were actually back-to-back home runs. Sure. Vladdy hits one to dead center. He stays hot with the home run ball. 17 now on the season. Justin Turner gets his first since like mid-June. Back-to-back. Sure, you're down 3-0 at that point. That made it 3-2. But your offense is just no good, so it is what it is. And you lose 4-2. You hit the Rays 6-4. The Rays scored 4 runs on 4 hits. Just going to leave it there. Top of the second inning, Josh Lowe hits the RBI single, scoring a Randy Arozarena, and that was the leadoff walk to start the top of the second inning that came around to score. And then Brandon Lau destroys a 2-run shot in the top half of the 5th inning to make it 3-0. Then, like I mentioned, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. crushes a ball to dead center. His 17th. He's had, I think, 4 homers in his last 5 games. He's been really good since the break. Justin Turner had the hanging slider that he I guess, put into the Jays bullpen. Made it 3-2 and a little bit interesting in the bottom half of the 6th. But in the top of the 7th inning, Nate Pearson struggles. And he had, guys, I think it was runners in the corners with nobody out. Now, great, gets a ground ball double play, but a run comes in. Taylor Walls makes it 4-2, and the Jays don't really threaten at all the rest of the game, and you lose 4-2. The only shout-out I have, the only positive I have for today is that Jays fans scarfed down 65,000 dogs. Good on you for that. If you haven't hit the subscribe button and join the family, because for God's sakes, it's going to be a grind. And if you can join the family and be with the family through the hard times, you can enjoy the good times together. So if you want to hit the subscribe button and join the crew and be on this journey with me for whatever wilderness we're about to head into, I'd love it. It would mean a lot to me. Now, player stats, because who else wants to talk about this game? Not me. Your top 2 guys in the order, Spencer Horwitz and George Springer combined 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts. Yeah, it's no good. Regardless, it's no good. Vladdy went 1 for 3 with a run scored and the RBI. He also walked once as well, so he had a good day in the office. Justin Turner went 3 for 4 with the home run and a couple singles. He had a run scored, obviously, in the RBI on the bomb. So he had a good day, but that's it. They combined 4 of the 6 hits. The other ones were Dalton Varsho, which I can't remember how he got on, and Leo Jimenez with a nice single to the right side. Now I want to talk about something, okay? We all know how Jays fans work, right? They love that shiny new toy, right? It was Davis Schneider last year. It was Spencer Horwitz for the first month or 2 this season. Now, not saying Spencer Horwitz is going to fall off a cliff and be a terrible player. No, that's not what I'm going to say. But I'm here to say Davis Schneider is maybe what he was expected to be. Not great. Now people are going to yell at me and say, whoa, what about that? No. Davis Schneider was 0 for 4 with a strikeout today, and his season numbers look like this. He's hitting .219 with a .310 on base, and the OPS is still over 7. Well, I guess probably not over 700 after today's game, but it's under 700. Now, he hasn't been horrific, but you look at his numbers lately, and they haven't been good, right? He had a multi-hit game against Detroit, but I believe they were just 2 singles. Let me just clarify that. I can't do that, I guess. And then he had 1 hit against Detroit, but since then, his other hit was in San Francisco. Like, he hasn't been getting much done, and he hasn't been that good, guys. Like I know people are going to say, put the stash, or but this, but that for Davis Schneider, because people love the underdog stuff. I get that stuff, totally. But Davis Schneider just hasn't been very productive. He just hasn't. And Alejandro Kirk, for God's sakes, he's hitting .223 with a .295 on base, got an OPS of .617 going into play. It's no good. And the team's no good. Like, we know where we are. And I'm very excited to see what the trade deadline has in store for us, because something's got to give. Jimmy Garcia and Yusei Kikuchi are the 2 guys that are almost guaranteed to be gone, and if they're not, it's an abject failure. which what else would be new with this organization, right? Why is this blurry? Hello? Can we focus on me? Oh, yeah, there we go. And so it wouldn't surprise me, I guess. But for God's sakes, you need to make those 2 moves. At the very, very least. We'll see what happens. July 30th is a trade deadline, guys. That is what? A week away. So, we'll see. Jose Barrios got the start for the... Actually, 6 hits total for the Blue Jays. 10 strikeouts. They walked once. Who cares? All right. Jose Barrios wasn't very good today, guys. He struggled mightily with command for most of the... Actually, screw that. All of his outing. And he was visibly getting frustrated on the mound. Right? 4 2/3. He only allowed 3 hits. But he allowed 3 runs because there was 6 walks involved. And he did get 5 punch-outs, but the 6 walks obviously came back to haunt him. The leadoff walk to start the second inning, and I can't remember exactly. Let me see. Did Palacios get on base? What inning was that? The top of the 5th? Yeah, top of the 5th. Did Palacios get on via the walk? He did. So two of their 4 runs were scored after getting put on base via the walk. I mean, it's not good, right? Those usually come back to haunt you, and they did in this game for Jose. Bullpen-wise, they did okay. Right, Brandon Little in a clean inning of work, had a couple strikeouts. He's been good. Ryan Burr faced 1 dude, got him out. Nate Pearson had that one not-so-great inning. Only allowed the 1 run, though. Allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and a run. Genesis Cabrera continues to be this team's best lefty and one of their better relievers, let's be honest. What a clean inning. No base runners and a couple strikeouts. ERA's now down to 3.46 all of a sudden for Genesis. He's been awesome. And Eric Swanson with a 2nd consecutive scoreless inning back with the Blue Jays. He went a clean inning and walked a guy, but got a strikeout and nothing more. Let's move on to tomorrow because I mean, God, talking about this team is just painful. Zach Eflin, Yariel Rodríguez is the pitching matchup tomorrow at Rogers Center. It's a 7:07 first pitch there. I don't know. Let's just keep this thing moving and get closer to the deadline because we need some sort of action here to talk about because on the field, there's not much. There really ain't much. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game, because if you did, you're a psychopath. Or a Rays fan. Or both. Anyway, hit the subscribe button if you have not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game? For the Toronto Blue Jays, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Well, screw it. I'll be here tomorrow. Like an idiot. Jays, Rays, Game 2 of this 3-game set at Rogers Center. Zach Eflin, Yariel Rodríguez is the matchup at 7:07. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and not the result tonight because it was kind of boring. We'll talk to you guys then.